Introduction to cells and their functions. Cells are the basic structural and functional units of all living organisms. They are the smallest units capable of performing all the processes necessary for life. The study of cells is known as cell biology. The human body, for example, contains trillions of cells, each with specific functions that contribute to the organism's overall health and homeostasis. Cell type. Cells are classified into two broad categories. 1. Prokaryotic cells. These are simpler, smaller cells, lacking a nucleus and membrane-bound organelles. 1. Bacteria and archaea are examples. 2. Eukaryotic cells. These are more complex cells with a nucleus and other membrane-bound organelles. 2. Animal, plant, fungal, and protist cells are examples. Within eukaryotic cells, there is further specialization, leading to diverse cell types, each adapted to specific roles. Below are descriptions of various cell types in the human body and their functions. 1. Epithelial cells. Epithelial cells line the surfaces and cavities of organs, body structures, and body systems. These cells are essential for protection, absorption, secretion, and filtration. Functions. 1. Protection. These cells protect underlying tissues from mechanical injury, harmful substances, and microbial invasion. 2. Absorption. Epithelial cells in the gut absorb nutrients and water. 3. Secretion. Glandular epithelial cells secrete hormones, enzymes, and other substances. 4. Excretion. Certain epithelial cells aid in the excretion of waste products. Examples. 1. Skin epithelial cells, keratinocytes, form the outer layer of the skin to protect against environmental damage. 2. Intestinal epithelial cells absorb nutrients in the gastrointestinal tract. 2. Muscle cells. Muscle fibers. Muscle cells are specialized for contraction, enabling movement. These cells can be classified into three main types based on structure and function: skeletal, cardiac, and smooth muscle cells. Functions. 1. Movement. Muscle cells contract and shorten to produce force for movement. 2. Posture maintenance. Muscles help maintain the body's posture. 3. Heat production. Muscle contraction generates heat, which helps maintain body temperature. Types. 1. Skeletal muscle cells. These are voluntary, multinucleated cells responsible for moving the skeleton. 2. Cardiac muscle cells. Found in the heart, these cells contract involuntarily to pump blood. 3. Smooth muscle cells. Involuntary cells found in organs like the intestines and blood vessels, aiding in the movement of substances. 3. Nerve cells, neurons. Neurons are specialized cells responsible for transmitting electrical impulses throughout the body. They are the main functional units of the nervous system. Functions. 1. Transmission of nerve impulses. Neurons transmit signals between different parts of the body. 2. Coordination of bodily functions. Neurons coordinate functions like muscle movement, memory, sensation, and thought. 3. Integration. Neurons integrate sensory information and help generate responses. Structure. 1. Axon. Transmits signals away from the cell body. 2. Dendrites. Receive signals from other neurons or sensory receptors. 3. Synapses. The junctions between neurons where communication occurs. 4. Red blood cells, erythrocytes. Red blood cells are specialized for oxygen transport. They contain hemoglobin, a protein that binds oxygen molecules in the lungs and releases them in tissues throughout the body. Functions. 1. Oxygen transport. Erythrocytes carry oxygen from the lungs to tissues and carbon dioxide from tissues to the lungs for exhalation. 2. Nutrient delivery. They also transport nutrients like amino acids to cells. Features. 1. Biconcave shape. Increases surface area for gas exchange. 2. Lack of nucleus. Increases the space available for hemoglobin. 5. White blood cells, leukocytes. White blood cells are integral to the immune system. They defend the body against infections and foreign invaders. Types and functions. 1. Neutrophils. These cells engulf and digest bacteria and fungi. 2. Lymphocytes. Includes T cells, cell-mediated immunity, and B cells, antibody production. 3. Monocytes. These become macrophages that engulf pathogens and debris. 4. Eosinophils and basophils, involved in allergic responses and defending against parasites. 6. Stem cells. Stem cells are undifferentiated cells capable of differentiating into various specialized cell types. They play a critical role in growth, repair, and development. Functions. 1. Tissue regeneration. Stem cells replace damaged or lost cells in tissues. 2. Development. They give rise to all other cell types during embryonic development. 3. Therapeutic applications. Stem cells have potential for treating diseases like Parkinson's and spinal cord injuries. Types. 1. Embryonic stem cells, pluripotent cells capable of differentiating into any cell type. 2. Adult stem cells, multipotent cells found in various tissues, like the bone marrow, that can give rise to a limited range of cell types. 7. Fat cells, adipocytes. Adipocytes store fat and are involved in energy storage and metabolism. Functions. 1. Energy storage. Adipocytes store triglycerides, which can be converted into energy when needed. 2. Thermal insulation. Fat layers help insulate the body. 3. Hormonal regulation. Adipocytes secrete hormones like leptin, which regulate appetite and energy balance. 8. Bone cells, osteocytes. Bone cells are responsible for the formation, maintenance, and remodeling of bone tissue. Types. 1. Osteoblasts. These cells build new bone by synthesizing bone matrix. 2. Osteocytes. Mature bone cells that maintain bone tissue and communicate with other bone cells. 3. Osteoclasts. These cells break down bone tissue, which is essential for bone remodeling and calcium regulation. 9. Endothelial cells. Endothelial cells form the lining of blood vessels, lymphatic vessels, and the heart. Functions. 1. Vascular regulation. Endothelial cells control the contraction and dilation of blood vessels, regulating blood flow and blood pressure. 2. Barrier function. They serve as a selective barrier, controlling what enters and exits the bloodstream. 3. Clotting regulation. These cells play a role in blood clotting and inflammation. 10. Glial cells. Glial cells are non-neuronal cells in the nervous system that provide support and protection for neurons. Types and functions. 1. Astrocytes. Maintain the blood-brain barrier, provide nutrients, and regulate blood flow. 2. Oligodendrocytes. Form myelin sheaths around neurons in the central nervous system. 3. Microglia. Act as the immune cells of the central nervous system, clearing debris. 4. Schwann cells. Form myelin sheaths around peripheral nerves. 11. Reproductive cells. Reproductive cells, gametes, are involved in sexual reproduction. Types. 1. Sperm cells. Male gametes responsible for fertilizing the female egg. 2. Egg cells, oocytes, female gametes responsible for being fertilized by sperm to form a zygote. Functions. 1. Sexual reproduction. Gametes fuse during fertilization to form a new organism, ensuring genetic diversity. 12. Secretory cells. Secretory cells are specialized in producing and releasing substances such as hormones, enzymes, and mucus. Types. 1. Endocrine cells. Secrete hormones directly into the bloodstream, e.g., pancreatic islet cells. 2. Exocrine cells. Secrete substances into ducts that lead to an external surface, e.g., salivary glands. 3. Goblet cells. Secrete mucus in the digestive and respiratory systems. 13. Keratinocytes. Keratinocytes are the predominant cell type in the epidermis, outer skin layer, and produce keratin, a structural protein that protects the body. Functions. 1. Barrier function. They form a waterproof layer that protects underlying tissues from pathogens and dehydration. 2. Healing. Keratinocytes play a key role in wound healing by regenerating skin layers. 14. Photoreceptor cells. Photoreceptors are specialized cells in the retina of the eye that respond to light and initiate the process of vision. Types. 1. Rods. Sensitive to light intensity, enabling vision in low light conditions. 2. Cones. Sensitive to color and responsible for sharp, detailed vision. Conclusion: the human body is a highly organized and intricate system of specialized cells, each performing essential functions that contribute to overall homeostasis and survival. Understanding cell types and their functions helps clarify how complex biological processes work, and this knowledge is critical for fields such as medicine, biotechnology, and genetics. Each cell type operates not in isolation, but in coordination with others, ensuring the body functions as a cohesive unit. This interconnectedness is a testament to the elegance of cellular organization in maintaining life.